Ratio tables. These things are fabulous. Once you've learned how to do these, you'll be able to use them in all kinds of situations, in math and in real life. I use these on a regular basis. So let's become experts. On this, you have a lot of freedom to use it however you want, to change the numbers however you want to change them. Double them, multiply them, halve them, whatever. What I'm going to do on these examples is primarily reduce them down to their simplest form. And so once you get it down to the simplest form, I always use that one right there as the basis for most of the others. You don't have to use that one, but it's the easiest one to work with. In the examples that I do, just so they stand out, I'm going to highlight all of the ratios in their simplest form green, just so that they stand out and you kind of have a foundation. You don't have to do the others the same way that I do these, but this is a really good strategy, and it tends to be my favorite, that I take whatever ratio it is, I work it down to the simplest form, and then I go from there and I just multiply it out however I need. I divided 24/80ths by 8 to get the simplest form. Now that I have that, 3/10, I can multiply it by anything I want to come up with other proportionate ratios. I'm starting with this one pretty simple. The first time I'm going to multiply 3/10 by 2. The second time I'm going to multiply the ratio of 3/10 by 3. This time I think I'll skip to 5. I'll multiply the ratio of 3/10 by 5. 3 by 5 is 15. 10 times 5 is 50. I'm going to go to the extreme on the last one. I'm going to multiply the ratio of 3/10 by 80. So 3 times 80 is 240. 10 times 80 is 800. You can get creative with these. Let's look over at number 2. We've got a ratio of 60 to 90. So let's start reducing it first and see how much we can reduce it the first time. If I reduce them both by 6, I'm going to get 10/15. But I see that that's not in simplest form because I can reduce that by 5. So if I reduce it one more, I get 2/3. So 2/3 is clearly my simplest form, so I'm going to highlight that. Now that I have the simplest form, I can just play with it. And so I like multiplication, so I'm going to play with it by multiplying by various numbers. I'm going to start easy with times 2, and then I will get bigger. How about I do a small increment? This time I'm going to do the ratio of 2 to 3 by 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 is 12. Now we'll multiply by 10. Nice even number. I see that the last part of the chart is not on the paper, but I bet that you can multiply 2 times 10 and 3 times 10 and get correct answers. Now I'm going to go over 3 more with you, but I'm not going to do all of them with you. I'll just take you down to the simplest form to make sure you've got it so that you can then do the fun part on your own and multiply it by whatever you want. So let's go ahead and look at number 4. 48 to 60. Let's reduce that. I look at that right away and I know 6 goes into both of them. So I'm going to reduce them both by 6. 48 divided by 6 is 8. 60 divided by 6 is 10. Now I've got these nice small numbers. I can see easily that they can be reduced by 2. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 4 to 5, well, that is in simplest form, so I'll go ahead and highlight that green. I'll let you do the rest of number 4 after the video lesson. Let's go down and look at number 8. This one's easy. Since they both end with a 0, I'll just reduce them both by 10. 60 divided by 10 is 6. 150 divided by 10 is 15. Just drop the zeros off when you divide by 10. It's easy to put a number like 6/15 in simplest form. Reduce both the 6 and 15 by 3, and you get 2/5. You know, let's go back up and look at number 6. I think that's the last one we'll do together. 24 to 96. Let's reduce that. Gosh, I know 4 goes into 24, and I'm pretty sure it goes into 96. I'll just do a little division problem to make sure. 96 divided by 4, yep, goes in evenly, 24 times. Now for an easy one. 6 and 24 are both divisible by 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 24 divided by 6 is 4. There we go, our simplest form, 1 to 4. And number 8, the simplest form is 2 to 5. There you go. Do the rest on your own. And there are a lot of different answers that you can do that will be correct. The important thing is that whatever you do to the top number, you do the same thing to the bottom number, and that will ensure that all of your ratios are proportionate.